in a world whose hosts cried out for a replacement to Thunderdome. The Top 10 is proud to bring you the Relist.
Relist! Relist!
Welcome, everyone, to this week's edition of The Relist.
Relist! Relist!
There you go. This is a fun little show that we do on the Top 10. Maybe you're a new listener to the Top 10, maybe a new patron to the Top 10, and you get to enjoy this show. It's called the Top 10 Relist. Three people get selected. One person sends in the topic.
Correct.
Two people send in their lists. Matt
Correct.
and I have not seen their lists, and then we read off the lists, combine them at the end of the show.
And our thanks goes out to Christos Alexakos for helping us put the Relist together and everything else he does to help us, basically deliver a lot of the content that you guys get month in, month out. Our thanks goes out to Chris and to the three patrons that submitted, which were Eric Grebner.
Yep.
Provided the topic, which is top 10 years of film. And then I have the Blast from Our Past podcast hosted by John Spees. And who you got?
I've got Jonathan Caro. He's the gentleman who's been sending his list. I'll be reading that one off as well.
All right, so let's jump right in. I'll go ahead and start it. It's the same as a regular show. So
Sure.
They submit their list. We don't add or subtract anything from the final list. We're here to just have a discussion about the movies that they're submitting under the topic, which is top 10 movie years.
Yep.
And then at the end, we cobble together. So we just go through it like a regular show, and I'm going to do my bottom three first, and then John will do his, and it'll just go 2, 1, 1, 1 after that, and we're good to go. So at 10, he's got Mr. Spees has 1957.
Oh, okay. Let me see if Jonathan has 1957. So what are we saying? If he has the year, is that what we're doing? And the movie?
That's how Spees wrote it down.
Oh.
I would hope Alexakos would...
Yes. Sorry, 1957 is not here on the list. Okay.
Okay. So for that, he writes, admittedly, I'm choosing this year because 12 Angry Men is one of my favorite films of all time.
Cool.
However, classic films such as Bridge on the River Kwai, The Seventh Seal, and even Old Yeller make this a year to remember.
Respect. I like that.
John
idea.
Spees.
Yeah.
Maybe showing your age a little, man.
Hey-oh.
Could you be older than us? Blast from Our Past seems likely that we might be roughly the same age. Maybe, perhaps he's a little older.
Maybe.
I don't know what past means. It could mean anything. He could be like a 90s kid going,
Yeah, going back and looking at all the movies, yeah.
just the early 2000s are where they grew up, and that's all the best. Okay, man, sure.
I dig it.
Who knows? I don't know where last 1957. I'd have to see what else came out that year.
Yeah.
We could pull it up, but 12 Angry Men is a fantastic. It's an all-timer. Mm-hmm. You look
Came
up
up recently in something.
films of 19...
57, yeah. A Funny Face. A Face in the Crowd, which is a fantastic film. Paths of Glory.
Original 310 to Yuma. Yeah, Paths of Glory.
Yeah. Gunfight at the OK Corral, which I own on Blu-ray. That's Burt Lancaster and Kurt Douglas as Wyatt Earp. And
I mean, my wife would appreciate it. Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock.
Right, yeah. Jailhouse Rock. Oh, my. Kurosawa's Throne of Blood is 57. Wow. Wild Strawberries from Bergman.
Frankenstein versus the Swamp Monster. I'm just making that up. I'm pretty sure this might be a good year for something. The Wolfman terrorizes Bay High.
Well, there is 20 million miles to Earth. There is that one.
There's going to be all this weird sci-fi. Here's one. The Monster That Challenged the World.
Oh,
Attack of the Crab Monsters. The Black Scorpion. And this is off just the straight looking for the year.
Wow.
The Abominable Snowman.
Yeah, perfect. The Pajama Game is in this thing. Spirit of St. Louis, which is the Charles Lindbergh documentary. The Charles Lindbergh documentary with James Stewart. And then what else here?
I wonder what the Undead horror film is.
Ooh, the Undead.
Like this really tame horror film. Look at 1957. What is horror doing? Nothing.
I don't know. We got Monster Challenge the World. Yeah, The Curse of Frankenstein. Mantis, the deadly mantis, the praying mantis.
Exactly.
This is good.
But you got 12 Angry Men, and that's legit.
Me too.
So I'm not going to fight you on the year. So
Nope. And
that's
All right.
If that's what he chooses to have, John, you can have that at number 10. At number 9, he has 2005.
All right, 2005 is not on this list. All right.
Well, he begs to differ. He says, this year contains so many memories for me. Got married, moved to Vegas, and it was the first year after having finished college that I got really into enjoying going to the theater again. V for Vendetta, Sin City, Walk the Line, Constantine, and Batman Begins were key in revitalizing my love of going to the cinema.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting year. Were that the best of 2005, or were those like the high watermarks of pop culture?
Yeah. A lot happened here.
What do you got?
Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is that year. Munich is 2005. Brokeback Mountain
History
is
of Violence.
Oh, History of Violence. Yeah. Walk the Line.
Munich, Syriana.
Constant Gardener.
It was a decent year. 40-Year-Old Virgin, Wedding Crashers.
Yeah. Red Eye is a great one.
Capote.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Syriana is great.
Good Night and Good Luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
Cinderella Man.
Not a bad year. It seems like it was going to be in the discussion. 9 seems about appropriate.
Just Friends. Perfect.
Just Friends. Your
Great year.
Non-crush continues.
Great year.
Finally, his number 8 then is 1974.
Okay. Let's see what we got. 1974. Damn, not on this list.
All right. He wrote, I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan, and Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein in the same year is just fantastic. And I suppose Chinatown, Godfather Part 2, and Murder on the Orient Express were pretty good too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's a Godfather 2. All right. That's a good year.
Yeah.
For those that love Blazing Saddles. Plus, I like Young Frankenstein. Blazing Saddles has its moments for me, but as a whole, no thanks.
Young Frankenstein's the best one. Conversation is that year.
Okay.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is that year. Chinatown is
that was one of his examples.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Taking the Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original, which is fantastic. Benji is that year.
It was huge.
The Front Page, which is really good. Dustin Hoffman's Lenny Bruce movie, Lenny.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Herbie Rides Again.
Classic.
Yeah, it's a Caged Heat. Hey-oh. The Lords of Flatbush with Stallone, Henry Winkler, and Perry, whatever his name is. I forget his name is. Yeah, it's not a strong year for movies, I guess, but there is some good stuff at the top.
As a Brooks fan, though, I can understand that where
totally
2 Pantheon-level comedies by almost everyone's estimation, especially from that time.
Yeah, agreed.
Makes all the sense in the world. All right, what do you got at 10?
All right, first, Jonathan Caro says, Hi, Matt and John. It's great to be a participant of the relist again, as I had a lot of fun last time. To the person who selected the topic, I believe was Eric Grebner. He gave me a tough challenge. I had to think for a while as to which years and movies I consider to be my favorite or the best. Again, it was a challenge to put together my top 10 list, but in the end, I felt satisfied. Well, as long as you feel satisfied. There were a few years in movies that I felt surprised that were very good years in movies, in my opinion. All right. He's got some honorable mentions, but let's start at number 10. 2017.
Ah, that's a punt.
Nice. All right. His number 9 is 1995. That needs to be a punt if it's not.
Not on my list. 1995? No.
Shocking. He says an underrated movie year. Some of my favorite films come out in 1995, including Braveheart, Heat. You've seen Heat, right? 7, Before Sunrise, The Usual Suspects, Apollo 13, Toy Story, The American President, Clueless, and Casino.
There are some gems.
There are some gems in 1995.
There are some gems.
Yeah.
There's also a couple movies there listed. I'm like, I don't consider those on the same field.
What would that be?
Clueless was the first one that jumped out. It's like, that's a time capsule.
Okay.
On some level.
Okay. Bad Boys is that year. Usual Suspects is that year.
Classic.
Leaving Las Vegas is that year.
Classic.
Get Shorty is that year. Tommy Boy.
I like Get Shorty. Tommy Boy's excellent.
Mallrats is that year.
Me.
The Brothers McMullen. Did you ever see that?
No.
Good independent film. Launched What's-His-Face's career.
Well, that narrows it down. Good independent film that launched What's-His-Name's career.
Edward Burns.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's his. Bridges of Madison County is that year as well.
I loved it. 1995.
That's a long time ago.
I was 16 or 17. 16 probably.
Oof, yeah.
Perfect.
12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
And they don't like that, huh?
It's never resonated with me.
All right. That's your problem.
I know.
That's your fucking
the
problem.
Bruce Willis.
Crimson Tide is 95.
Okay.
You like Crimson Tide?
Yeah, I do.
Desperado. Ugh.
God, I never understood the love.
Swimming with Sharks.
Good movie.
Good movie.
All right, 95 is a good year. I'm not fighting you on it.
All right, let's move on.
What do you got next?
Number 8 is 1987.
That's a punt.
Okay, let's go.
So 2 punts from you.
Yep.
Well, we're about to get to one that I figure there's going to be a little bit longer. Number 8 for me is gosh darn it. Number 7 for me is 1986.
Not on this list.
Ooh.
Wow.
We got Aliens. Mm-hmm. We got Top Gun. We got Stand By Me. We got Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We got Big Trouble in Little China, Labyrinth, and Platoon. Need I say more? I would take Platoon off of that.
Okay.
Because I just not one I ever go back to. There were so many about Vietnam that came out in like a 3-year period that I've seen them all. And it was some weird cathartic. This country felt like it needed to tear the scab of Vietnam so we could all live through it. And I didn't. So it's all lost on me.
Yeah.
And the fucking wallowing in the mistakes the country made just seemed indulgent.
Oh.
Well, because I didn't live through it, so I don't understand the pain as well.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the need for the catharsis of assigning blame and figuring out where we made the mistakes.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
But after this and what Hamburger Hill and Casualties of War, it was just a flush
in country.
Full Metal Jackets.
Yeah. Full Metal Jacket, yeah.
It was one after the other, and it's just like, I don't care. Born on the 4th of July.
Missing in action.
Sure. Iron Eagles, kind of.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I hear you.
Rambo preys upon that shit.
Yeah, part 2, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like I don't know why this one came up. So maybe because
you're nommed out.
Well, there were so many World War II movies. Mm-hmm. So then Hollywood is more than happy to recycle ideas. They're like, well, war pictures always do well.
True.
And then we just got to the point where it'd been long enough, I guess, to start doing Vietnam movies.
Yeah. That was your number 7?
That was my 7.
What's your 6?
My 6 is The Punt From You, 2017.
Okay.
What did he write?
He wrote, looking back about 10 years from now, I think we're going to look at this year as one of the best movie years ever. Here are some great and very good movies. The Big Sick, Get Out, Logan, Baby Driver, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man Homecoming, War for the Planet of the Apes, Dunkirk, I, Tonya, Good Times, The Disaster Artist, Lady Bird, Blade Runner 2049, Thor, Ragnarok, Coco, The Shape of Water, Call Me By Your Name, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, It, Phantom Thread, and Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I agree.
He just rattled off every movie that came out that entire year. It's pretty impressive. He wrote, this year, for better and sometimes for worse, kept me going to the theater. Something not easily attained between working, parenting, and podcasting. And was a great year for superhero films with Wonder Woman, Superman, Homecoming, Thor, you brought up, and Logan, letting us know that, no, we're not suffering from superhero fatigue. Yeah. When it's good, it's still good.
Yep.
And then Get Out, I think, is the only one that you didn't mention. He put on here.
Okay.
But he had Coco and Dunkirk were great, and even some pleasant surprises in Jumanji. Welcome to the Jungle.
There you go.
All very true. That is a good
year.
Good year in that we've lived with superhero films for so long, and still Thor Ragnarok is now one of my favorites.
Yeah, agreed.
It's in the discussion for one of my top 3 for sure.
Wow,
it's so good.
It is good. It is good. You can't deny. All right, that's your number 6.
That is my 6.
My number 7 is 2014.
I do not have it.
Okay. This was a last-minute addition to the list because I forgot how many great movies came out that year. Listen to this. Whiplash, Boyhood, Birdman, Nightcrawler, The Grand Budapest Hotel, The Lego Movie, Chef, Gone Girl, Fury, Interstellar, Selma, John Wick, Edge of Tomorrow, Snowpiercer. I also think it was probably the best year for superhero movies: Captain America Winter Soldier, X-Men Days of Future Past, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Big Hero 6.
Yeah, I just got to 11 on that list, I believe.
Yeah.
Going through. Because some of them like, and then be like, nope, like that movie a lot. Like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Like it was right down the list. So there's a ton to choose from. That's true.
Yeah, you might be right. All right.
For populist films like that, Hollywood's been good for a while.
Yeah.
It's hit and miss when it comes to the more award season-y type movies.
Sure.
Some years have been stronger, some years have been weaker. This year, so far, is panning out to be a pretty decent year.
Yeah, decent year. Not a great year. Certainly a decent year.
We don't know yet. Season's not done. We're just now getting into the heart of...
True.
Yeah.
I got about 5 in my head for Best Picture so far. Ford vs. Ferrari, Joker,
okay, sure.
Irishman.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to be in the discussion.
Marriage Story.
I would say Parasite has an outside chance.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit has an outside chance.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time has an outside chance.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll make it. Yeah, I guess
Maybe
6,
Avengers, just because it's a multi-billion-dollar property now.
Yeah.
And Hollywood should really be promoting because fewer people are going to the theaters.
Fair enough.
So the populist angle of maybe we give them a nod for Best Picture.
Okay.
Because we did it with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Maybe Knives Out. Maybe.
Maybe. I haven't seen it yet.
I would doubt it, but it's really good.
I'm missing a screening tonight to do this.
Yeah, you missed last week's for Australia.
Yep. I'm fucking mad because it comes out next week. It comes out next week.
I messaged. So Grace was sitting right next to us.
Us? What do you mean?
Me and Catherine went last week to Knives Out.
Oh, you went to the screening?
Yeah.
Who invited you?
Wendy hit me up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, right, to the Collider screening.
Yeah, the big
That's
one up
great.
in Burbank.
Yeah.
And so I smoked a little pot beforehand.
Okay.
I do that for most movies. It's one of the few times I smoke pot.
No one's judging.
Yeah. Well, it plays into the story later on. So at the end, I'm still, coming down, but I'm still feeling the effects. And going to do the validating the parking ticket. And there's the way they had set up. You have to you approach the machine first, but the line is forming around the corner-ish to try and not create a huddled mass.
Yeah.
So I was third in line, whatever, and we're going through. And Grace is right behind me. She's like, "Oh, did you see it? Do you like it? Or have you seen it before?" And I was like, "Oh, no, this is my first time." And right then I noticed some dude was walking up fresh from the theater trying to cut this massive line that had formed.
Oh, shit.
So I kind of stopped abruptly talking to her, and I just focused on oh, who the fuck is it? There's clearly a line of 20 of us, and you're going to be a dick. And I stopped talking to her because in my head I'm just eyeballing you're not fucking cutting in this line.
Yeah.
And he tried it with me, and I just didn't. I looked straight at the machine, had my ticket out, going, "I'm not in the wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be an asshole to you, but I am putting my thing in there."
Yeah.
And then by the time I finished with that, I turned out to talk to her, and maybe she was going through that same thing, but she was talking to whoever she came with. And I was like, "Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to cut off." She was full in conversation. I was like, well.
Yeah.
And I just walked away. I felt bad afterwards. Just I just so abruptly stopped in the middle of, because this asshole, I was still a little high.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, who the fuck is this? What is this? What's going on with this? You're not going to cut that." I'm having a huge conversation in my head. And I had to tune you out because this is all my brain can focus on right now.
Yeah.
But it was, he got his thing validated and walked away. But how dare you?
Yeah.
You know full well there's a line.
I would have totally yelled at him. Which Lindley hates about me. But I would have totally done it. I would have said, "Hey,
Had he
dude,
been-
there's a fucking line.
Had he
Get back
been
in the
rude
line."
and tried to cut me off, I would have done it.
Nah, even if he came close, I'd been like, "Go." I don't care. I'll give him fights. Number 6 for this list is 1982.
Not on my list.
Okay, so there are some fantastic pop culture entertainments on this list. Tootsie, E.T., sorry, Johnny Man, Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan, An Officer and a Gentleman, 48 Hours, The Thing, Blade Runner, First Blood, Tron, The Verdict, and Das Boot. All right, I'm not going to argue. These are great choices.
By the end, you got to some that I agree with.
Tootsie, you don't agree with?
It's fine. I haven't seen it in years, but we owned it on VHS. It was one of the first 2 VHS tapes my family owned.
Yeah.
Trust me, I watched it a lot.
For a reason.
A lot. Well, there's only so many titles on VHS at that point. So it was that, and I think actually Tootsie might have been the first.
Yeah.
Could have been that and Project X, the Matthew Broderick.
Oh, right. The monkey one. Yes, I remember
Something
that one.
random like that.
Tron is that year as well?
Tron, I agree with. I loved it as a kid.
Rocky 3 is that year?
No.
Dark Crystal's that year?
I liked it as a kid.
Rambo First Blood's that year?
Okay.
No, First Blood's that year.
First Blood's that. Okay, yeah.
Conan, the Barbarian.
No.
Creep Show, we said.
We already said 3 others at the tail end of whatever he said.
Right. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Different generation. It's fine. I like it, but
Gandhi.
Gandhi's good.
Yeah. World According to Garp.
But it was what?
okay.
E.T. No.
Yeah.
Tootsie was What was his next ones?
Oh, let's see. Star Trek 2?
Meh.
Well, you're insane. An
I
officer,
know. Wrath of Khan I like. You're right.
An Officer and a Gentleman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm going to watch that again.
48 Hours?
I prefer Beverly Hills Cop.
All right. The Thing?
Yes. That was the first one I was like, yes.
Blade Runner?
Yes.
First Blood?
Yes.
Tron?
Sure.
The Verdict?
Yeah.
Das Boot?
100%.
Yeah. I'll throw in My Favorite Year. That's a good one. And Zapped, the Scott Baio one.
Perfect.
I love that one.
Let's get them clothes off.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Let's
right.
get them clothes off.
It was an innocent time. All right.
I just know the reference.
Yeah.
He was Charles in Charge to me.
That's right.
He wasn't even Chachi or whatever character. I didn't watch Happy Days until...
That's right. Charles in Charge.
Yeah, Charles in Charge. And I was like, he seems pretty cool.
We might be playing a TV theme song game on Friday when we're on Collider Live.
Charles, well, that one has the name of my days and my nights.
That's a fair point. All right, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is 1999.
And that's a punt. Wow. Okay. Shocking. His number 5 is Jonathan Carl's number 5 is 1984.
That's a punt.
Ooh, nailed it. All right, what's your number 4?
That's kind of surprising. I guess maybe they're of the same age like us. Number 4 is not going to be on your list, I'm assuming. 1939.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
God damn. No, that's not on this list.
He wrote, even though I'm not particularly a huge fan of it, Gone with the Wind was a powerhouse film, having earned more than any film adjusted for inflation, and classics like The Wizard of Oz, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and Stagecoach make this a year that can't be ignored.
Yeah, all right.
Wizard of Oz, yes.
Okay.
I've never been a Gone with the Wind fan.
Never have I.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, okay.
I love that film.
Stagecoach, okay.
I don't like Stagecoach as much as other people do.
It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's one of the best John Ford westerns, even though other people do.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind was one of the first huge movie pop culture, like during the Depression.
First. Yeah.
Or in the destitute era of this country, and people, it was like a badge of honor that you got said, like, oh no, I went and saw that, I paid the money, even though money is so hard to come by, type of thing. Of
Yep.
It was a weird time in American.
Young Mr. Lincoln is 1939 as well, which is a great film with, I think it's Henry Fonda playing an early version of Abraham Lincoln arguing a court case in Illinois. It's fantastic. Dodge City is a great Western during that in 1939. Babes in Arms, Roaring Twenties with James Cagney and Veronica Lake. Priscilla Lane. That's a fantastic film.
Those 20s, they were roaring. I remember that theme song. Is that going to come up? I hope so.
Oh, baby. Gulliver's Travels. There we go. So it's an interesting choice for 1939 that high. All right. That was number what?
That was 4.
Okay, my 4 is 1976.
Not on my list.
Wow. 1976 is Rocky, Taxi Driver, All the President's Men, Network. You can just stop there, and it's a great fucking year. The Omen, Marathon Man, The Bad News Bears, and The Outlaw Josie Wales.
I think it's top heavy, that list.
Oh, you do?
I like Outlaw Josie Wales.
Okay.
Marathon Man,
I think Marathon's a good movie, man.
I haven't seen it in so long I couldn't give you an honest opinion.
Carrie's that year.
Okay.
Silent Movie. Is that a good Mel Brooks film? Fair enough. The First Freaky Friday is that year.
Oh, who doesn't remember that? So good.
The Pink Panther Strikes Again.
Wasn't it called something other than Freaky Friday?
No.
Okay. It was from the girl that made all the Disney movies, right?
Haley Mills.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah. Still acting in Britain. She shows up randomly on TV series.
She was on Saved by the Bell when it was Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
I think so. Yeah. Let's see. Pope. No. Yeah, I don't see much else during that time. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right.
Relatively top heavy.
Yeah, you're right. It feels top heavy. I'm not going to argue with you.
I mean, there's some stellar ones. Rocky I'm not a fan of, but there's no denying how massive Rocky is to everybody else.
True.
Network is great. Taxi Driver is great. Yeah. What was the fourth one on the top there?
All the President's Men.
There you go. Yeah. Another all-timer.
Fair enough. All right. What's your number?
3. 3 is the bunt from earlier in 1984.
Okay.
And he wrote, this year contains so many films I associate with my childhood: Ghostbusters, Karate Kid, The Never-Ending Story, Gremlins, Footloose, Amadeus, almost too many to list.
Well, Jonathan listed them. A remarkable year for original films, full of potential of being classics of their genre at the time. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not use of more than once in a sentence. If you use of twice, you're being derivative. If you use 3 times, I just don't think you can write.
3 times a lady. Guy, you know what, guys? I say you go for the rare quad.
The quad of ofs? Mm-hmm. The quad of.
Oh, wow. That sounds like some great Middle-earth lore about this show. The quad of ofs. Here he is. And he comes in with the official list keeper. We've had like 4 people submit it. We need to go through.
Yeah.
We should probably,
in our
hand that off
time.
Well, I know there's 2 or 3 people that have the full list, or somewhere they have the gaps that the others are missing.
Yeah.
One person is missing the first 2 shows, and I was like, I know it's Car Chases, and I couldn't tell you what the second one is for the life of me.
Oh, okay.
I can go back and find it, but it's on a hard drive that's in a box.
Yeah.
And we have a little crawl space, and it's in there because I don't use it for anything anymore. It's like, I don't know where that's written down.
Wow.
But we have it.
Yeah, we do.
Somewhere.
He wrote Ghostbusters, Gremlins, The Terminator, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Beverly Hills Cop, Amadeus, The Karate Kid, Splash, Paris, Texas, 16 Candles, Top Secret, Starman, This is Spinal Tap, Once Upon a Time in America, Blood Simple, and Revenge of the Nerds. Oof.
Yeah, there's some
good ones in there.
Absolutely all-timing heavy hitters in there. There's a great documentary about how the idea of doing Amadeus built from a stage show to with the full cast.
Where's that documentary?
You can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
And it goes through the casting process and what the directors, all from their perspectives. They're going through and talking like F. Murray Abraham about how he got the role.
Wow.
And then from,
Thomas Holtz?
No, is it Milos Forman?
Milos Forman, it is.
So him deciding upon the idea and how they chose to use the music.
Right.
And like it was a conscious decision to only do it like this. And then you start thinking about it, like, yeah, that's true. And Tom, how he was cast.
Yeah.
And the girl, that was a late scratch.
Oh.
They had another actress over there with them rehearsing nonstop, and she broke her ankle or something.
Okay.
A couple days before they were filming.
Wow.
Start just like filming her scenes.
Right.
So they had to fly 2 actresses in, and they both kind of auditioned for 2 straight days on set.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then one got it, the girl that ends up in it,
Right.
and then the other one flew back home.
Phew.
But it just goes through, right? It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a quality year. Even if I don't agree with some of them, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Number 3 for my list, Jonathan Cares, 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, is that on your list?
Nope.
Okay. It was a masterful year of films such as There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men, Juno, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, American Gangster, Ratatouille, 300, a movie that I don't love, but I know many people do. Yeah, I do. Matt likes it too. Gone Baby Gone, Once, The Diving Bell, and The Butterfly, which is a fantastic fucking film.
It is. It's weird.
Yeah. Sweeney Todd, Michael Clayton, Zodiac, Jesus. 310 to Yuma, the remake there, Superbad, and Knocked Up. It was a good year.
That is a good year.
Good fucking year.
I think this year's going to be a year like that.
Yeah.
Where there's going to be, I mean, you have Avengers, Endgame to close out. That's already huge.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like really unique with JoJo.
Yeah.
Really unique with Parasite. I need to see like A Marriage Story. I hear that's great. I need to see Irishman, but it's the newest Scorsese.
Yeah.
That's going to be really good. More than likely. Yeah. Even like smaller movies. I enjoyed Long Shot. I was surprised.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to see
it's
that.
Fun.
Everyone says it's good. Yeah.
It actually, Seth Rogen managed to get me to laugh out loud. Like, not like, dying, but like chuckle to myself a couple times. Like, that's a good joke. Okay. I like that joke.
Fair enough.
And him and Charlize really work. They have a genuine chemistry. But just there's a bunch of solid movies and some really interesting, great ones.
Okay. What's your number 2?
2 is 1987.
Ooh, is that the punt from earlier?
It could be, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Because that was the number 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Jonathan says, I think some of these films are nearly perfect. Broadcast News, Last Emperor, Good Morning Vietnam, Lethal Weapon, Predator, RoboCop, Princess Bride, Full Metal Jacket, along with some solid films like Wall Street, Moonstruck, Roxanne, Fatal Attraction, 3 Men and a Baby, and The Untouchables. What do you got?
All right. He says, in my opinion, the greatest year for 80s films.
Ooh.
The Princess Bride, Predator, Full Metal Jacket, RoboCop, Spaceballs, The Untouchables. This year had everything. I would take Spaceballs off that list. I think that movie is not good.
Okay.
Where are the jokes? Like where it's
all over the place.
They're terrible.
Okay.
Barf. But Pizza the Hut.
Come on, it's perfect.
How? Okay.
If you like Weird Al Yankovic, how can you not like Weird Al Yankovic? Basically, does the same thing.
I only like UHF.
No, I mean his songs.
I don't like Weird Al songs.
Oh, well, then that makes sense. Then you're consistent
they're fine.
in not liking the humor then. That makes
they're
sense.
fine. Like, I liked them when I was a kid and stuff, but if he puts out a new one, it's not like the Gangster's Paradise or whatever knockoff.
That was good. Amish Parasite was
Amish. Everybody was like, and I saw it and I was like, I get it, but it's not something I go back to.
Yeah.
I mean, he put out that album, like 5 years ago, and he was on everything for a week to promote it.
Yeah.
Like, literally, he was on Kimmel, and the next night he was on Fallon, and the next night he was on this, and the next night he was on this, and he did like huge bits for all that. And I'm happy for him because by all accounts, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
So I hope he works until he doesn't want to work anymore. That's
fair.
If somebody's got to work, people like you. You're a good dude about it. It's like Adam Sandler. I don't care if you make kids for movies movies for kids, primarily because you got kids and you want to make entertainment like that. Then this generation's nicest guy in Hollywood. You're Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Make all the money you can. I hope you get to EP every project that makes $1 billion.
Sounds good. All right, Carol's number 2 is 1999. Is that on your list?
Nope. Oh, yeah, no, it's a punt from earlier. Apologize.
Okay. It was a tough decision between 1999 and the number one movie year, in my opinion. 1999 was a special year for cinema to be revolutionized with fresh and inventive stories now recognized as modern classics. What do you got?
No movies listed.
There are, but I don't want. I've been
Okay.
keep doing them, and I'm taking the steam away from Blast from Our Past. So
Sure.
yeah.
But this year was a sweet spot for me. It was right as I was graduating high school and heading into college, and film had started to become a quiet passion for me.
Wait, the Blast from the Past was graduating high school in 1999?
I was 97.
Whew.
So we were right in saying he was roughly our age.
Yeah, your age.
My age. Yeah, I'm much, much younger than you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool.
I wish there was a video for this one just for that.
All right, what movies does he have listed?
He's got The Matrix, Fight Club, American Beauty, boo, The Green Mile. All took my breath away as to what was possible for storytelling in films. Fun films like The Mummy, American Pie, Galaxy Quest, and Dogma kept 18-year-old John entertained during his first stressful year of college.
Wow, both these guys are named John. Respect. Mm-hmm. He's got Man on the Moon, Being John Malkovich, Eyes Wide Shut, The Insider, which I still haven't seen. Toy Story 2, Three Kings, Talented Mr. Ripley, Bowfinger, American Pie, Notting Hill, Election, and Office Space. Nice choices.
I love that he has every movie practically was different from this list.
Well, no, the ones that he...
Oh, you omitted?
Yeah, I omitted the ones that you already mentioned.
Still, you rattled off another 7.
Yeah, he probably put a lot on there. What's your number one?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd include Dogma, although I do like it as Kevin Smith,
put it in there.
but I don't think it's as strong as the others.
The biggest dumb movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, American Beauty can... Number one, I've got 1994.
That's number one here, too.
Interesting. So he wrote, this year contains so many of my favorite films, it was easily going to the top of my list. What do you say?
1994 was my first choice because even though I see many movies from this year that are rewatchable, you can choose a movie from a variety of genres. Hoop Dreams, Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, Speed, True Lies, Leon the Professional, The Crow, Clear and Present Danger, The Lion King, Ed Wood, Natural Born Killers, Clerks, Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, Legends of the Fall, The Santa Claus, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, The Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, and then he has to add Leon and Stargate.
Stargate, interesting.
And I don't know if I heard Forrest Gump, but I'm sure he put it.
He did not put it. Oh, no, he did put it. I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, because you had Interview with the Vampire, and it's like, oh, that might be another one too, but bam, he managed to bang that in.
Yeah.
You know, was it Karos?
Yeah.
Or Caro? Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
A guy likes his movies. He's going deep on these years. It's basically, it's the only argument you can make of, I like all these films, and there's 15 of them.
Yeah.
That is pretty strong. I don't know how else you express my year. This year is really good to me.
Yeah.
Other than that quantifiable fact.
All right. Well, that was a separate list. Blast from Our Past podcast and Jonathan Caro with their lists. Let's put it together, Matt. You want to write?
No problemo.
I remember. I guess number one is 1994.
Yep.
So where's 1999 for him?
I got it at 5.
Okay.
Where do you got that?
2.
87 you do have?
87 at number 8.
Okay. Then, 99.
Okay.
Do we have anything? 84, where do you got that?
Number 5.
Okay, so I would say 84 and then 87.
Okay.
All right, we are at number 5 on this list.
Okay.
Do we have any other commonality?
I don't know.
2017?
2017 is number 10 for me.
I've got that at 6.
Okay.
86, 74, 2005, 57 you don't have.
Nope.
Oops. And then 39 you definitely don't have.
Do not have.
Okay, so 2017 at 5? Does that seem right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. 2017. What's your next highest then?
Number 3, 2007.
Okay, 2007 it is.
Okay.
My next highest is number 4. What do you got?
I have number 4, 1976. But
what's in 76?
Rocky, Taxi Driver, All the President's Men Network.
1976, you said?
1976
it is.
All right.
Because his was 39, and it's Gone with the Wind and Wizard of Oz are 2. Instead, Mr. Smith, Stagecoach, 76 sounds stronger to me.
I agree, it does.
All right, so 1939.
Yeah.
My next highest is number 7, 1986.
Wow. My next highest is number 5, 1984. Did we put that over?
Yeah, we already got that.
How about 1982? That's number 6 for me.
1982?
Yeah.
Okay, 1982 it is.
Okay.
And I got my 7, 1986.
Knock yourself out.
Easy peasy.
Wow, a lot of 80s in there. Okay.
Still, though, 2 90s top in the list.
Yeah.
And in 2017, so only 170s?
2014 was his number 7. But I feel like since I got my number 6 on there, he should get his.
That's fine.
Yeah. All
yeah.
Right. Should we do this? Let's do this. The top 10 years of film, yeah. On the re-list. At number 10.
1986.
At number 9.
1982.
At number 8.
1939.
At number 7.
1976.
At number 6.
2007.
At number 5.
2017.
At number 4.
1987.
At number 3.
1984.
At number 2.
1999.
And our number 1 year in film is
1994.
Oh, 94. Wow.
Well, our thanks to Chris Alexakos for helping us put this all together.
Yes, thank you, Chris.
To Eric Grebner for suggesting this idea. It was a great one. Mm-hmm. And to John Spees and Jonathan Caro for submitting your lists.
Yeah.
Our thanks to all of you. And then our re-lists are 1 week behind, so the next one will be I think it ends up being on the 1st of December. So you guys will hear that instead of hearing it this past weekend. We apologize for that, but schedules got busy, so we are delivering these as quickly as we can, and we'll get them out to you. It takes usually about 3 weeks into the month before we can gather all the information. Thanks to Mr. Alexakos for helping us so much with that.
Yes, thank you, Chris.
And I think that's it this week for this show. Thanks to everybody that supports us at patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10. You can jump in on this show and get the video for the main show a week early on Tuesdays when it drops on the audio, and get the shout outs and be a part of other shows over there. And you can follow me online at Matt Knost, MATTKNOST.
You can follow me at The Rocha Says on Twitter and on Instagram. And that's it for this week's episode of The Relist.
Relist.